Life is a game, and the reason that you might not be quite where you want to be yet is because you simply lack clarity on the rules on how to play. The second that I started viewing life, day-to-day routines, what I gotta get done as a game, and even gamifying every single thing I go through, oh my god, life got so much easier. It also got more enjoyable, and it allowed me to develop all of the skills and traits I needed to be able to get through all of the hurdles that were inevitably going to be thrown at me. And so I think this is the most useful mindset to adopt to truly bring more success into your life easier than ever. And that is why today I am going to be talking you through the 10 steps to winning the game of life. And before we jump right into it, be sure to check out all of the links below in the description. I actually recently launched a self-help newsletter. It contains a bunch of exclusive advice. You can read all about what it's going to give you on my website, tamkaur.com, along with all of my other social platforms where I upload every single day. And basically all of the content and the book I've written and all of the stuff that you can see below in the description all have one common theme, which is basically helping you live your best life. I highly recommend you check it out. With that being said, let's get straight into it. Step number 1 to winning the game of life is to choose your avatar. Just like with any game you have played ever, you need to have your main character. When I was younger playing video games, my favorite part truly was the beginning, when I was choosing which avatar I wanted to represent me, what tools I wanted them to have, what outfit they were going to wear, what they were going to look like, what their central traits were, what their backstory was. And the thing is, we get to do that with ourselves with every new day that we step into. We get to decide, I'm going to start dressing in alignment with the most ideal version of myself. I'm going to wear this because this is the message I want to convey to the world. I'm going to talk like this because this is the impression that I want to make. I'm going to act like this, adopt this body language to be able to radiate confident energy, to be able to get what I want from other people, from life, etc. Because just like a game, you have complete control over who you are and how you show up in the world. Just because you have been a particular way for decades of your life so far does not mean you have to also be that exact same way tomorrow. Prime example, I was shy and timid and socially awkward for almost 2 whole decades of my life. And one day I woke up and I was like, F this is holding me back. I'm done. I want to be an extrovert. I want to be able to walk up to people and strike up a conversation. And guess what? I did exactly that because I looked at myself as an avatar that I can endlessly customize. You are in the driver's seat of your own life, and you are the one that gets to decide how this game of life goes. Step number 2 is essential. Your life can change at any given moment, and you really need to start acting like it. Every single day is an opportunity to set the reset button and decide who you want to be and how you want to live. Just like when you're playing a video game and you die in the game, you lose the round, right? You end up respawning in the exact same place where you left off. And that is exactly what happens every single day. The sun rises again and we get to start again. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter how you embarrassed yourself or failed or made a bunch of mistakes last week. Another day is here, brand new. We get to pick up right where we left off. We are not starting from zero. The game is not over yet. We get to make different decisions. We get to form a different strategy on how we are going to win the game that day. And remember, it is literally scientifically proven that the brain has the ability to rewire itself constantly throughout your life based on your decision to start reprogramming your mindset, incorporating different thoughts and different perceptions about how you want to view yourself and the world and your life, to be able to have a mindset that actually benefits you and allows you to attract the reality that you so want. And aside from mindset, habits are so important. Every single day, you gotta ask yourself, what is one thing I could do today just to thicken the plot a little bit, just to throw something into my life, to try it something new? Because every single time you step outside of your comfort zone, every single time you do something you've never done before, you unlock another character trait. You unlock another part of your avatar. You get to level up because of the experience that comes with that. And examples of this could be absolutely anything. You could join a class, you could pick up a new hobby, you could start solo dating if you've never done that before. When I did that, that completely changed my life. You could go out and make new friends, you could learn a new language, you could start doing sports. A big one that a lot of people are always talking about is starting a business. I really don't understand where the resistance is. Because it's easy to do any of these things nowadays. We have social media that teaches you how to do anything. Social media literally allows you to build a career for yourself. Even when it comes to creating a business, it's now easier than ever to grow and manage it because you can just use online commerce platforms such as Shopify. And Shopify have actually kindly sponsored this video, and I'm so excited to talk about them because I'm releasing a huge project over the next few weeks, and I've been using Shopify to build it. If you have no idea what Shopify is, it's actually a commerce platform that reduces the complexity of starting a business because it includes easy-to-use marketing tools, a drag-and-drop editor, as well as a back office that oversees all of the operations that go on within your business. For me, it's been so fun to see how Shopify has grown and developed as a platform over time, because now they even have AI, which, as we know, is going to save you so much time in the process of setting up and growing and managing your business, as well as making your email marketing campaigns way more effective. Even before starting this project/business that I'm doing right now, I'm not going to say too much, I was actually using Shopify even last year because of their Shopify Collabs tool, which is amazing if you're a social media creator like me, because it helps you monetize your work way easier. But my favorite part has to be the fact that there are over 8,000 apps in the Shopify App Store that allow you to completely customize your store in any way that suits your business's specific and personal needs. So why wouldn't you give a platform like Shopify a try? And you can see for yourself how simple it is to turn your creative vision into a reality with just a few clicks with all of Shopify's tools. So you guys can click the link below in my description for a free trial, or you can scan this QR code to get started. The link is just shopify.com/tam. Step number 3 is to develop your toolkit. Now, this goes without saying when we're talking about gamifying life. You need a lot of tools, you need a lot of skills, things that you can use on rainy days, backup plans when things are going bad, etc. And when I talk about developing your toolkit, what I mean by this is the longer that you play the game, the more experienced you are going to become, and therefore more successful throughout all of the levels of the game. For example, when we're talking about playing Minecraft, for example, as you go through the game, there are all of these little things that you can pick up and kind of keep in your kit that might help you later on when you want to build housing for yourself in the game, etc. Same goes for life. The longer that you play this game of life, the longer that you go through the day and try out new things, put yourself in different environments. Oh, I'm going to pick up a little bit of confidence from here. Oh, I just learned new talking skills. Oh, I had to cut off this friend, but I just learned a really valuable lesson and a new set of standards that I am going to keep with me for the rest of my life, for the rest of the game, that's going to make sure that I don't have to face this hurdle anymore. There is so much magic and power in that. It is all about progress, learning, and evolving as you go, taking it day by day. Step number 4, your character needs its health points in real life as well. Through so many games, when you normally have that little green bar in the top corner of the screen that tells you how much energy they have left, or how long until they need to eat, or what they need to be refreshed so they can play the rest of the game really, really well. Yeah, that's a real thing in real life as well. It's called hacking your happy hormones. Going to the gym is a point. Eating well is a point. Drinking water is a point. Going outside, getting fresh air and sunlight exposure, point. And none of this is about doing the right thing to be a healthy, proper, good human being, or losing weight or looking a certain way. No, it's about meeting all of the key components to just being the best, most fully functioning human being you could possibly be for that day. Because guess what? When you don't eat, when you survive on coffee, when you only eat fast food, when you never move your body, you're going to be sluggish. Your cortisol levels are going to be an all-time high. Do you think you're really going to be able to do your best, most productive work that achieves all of your goals when you're operating like that? Do you think when your mental health is so bad because you don't get your vitamin D from the sun, because you haven't been outside, because you have no routine, that you're really going to get up every single day excited for the life that is to come? No. So your health points are truly like the foundation to everything. If we're really thinking about it from like a gamifying perspective, we're just trying to get more juice in our battery so that we can get more done in the day. And it's not even necessarily always about productivity. I'm talking more energy to give to our friends and our loved ones, or more happiness so that we can stay fully present in doing all of our hobbies and doing the things that truly fulfills us. Plus, when you have all of this energy, when you've hacked your happy hormones, then you have more resilience, more juice in your battery so that you can deal with all of the inevitable hurdles and challenges that we all get thrown at us almost every single day. And that way, you're not going to die at the first challenge. Step number 5 is to set your side quests and challenges. The game would be boring AF, and no one would want to play it if it was just a straight line from start to finish. We need to develop the plot. We need to give our character a backstory, some experience, because everything the character goes through in the game and experiences and picks up is useful and adds to your actual experience of playing the game. It makes it more interesting. You want to keep going. You want to keep starting the rounds over and over again. Imagine if you had the exact same routine every single day, who would want to play? Then when you do face your challenges and your hurdles and you fall over, why would you really want to respawn and do the exact same thing all over again? But when you start incorporating new people, new environments, new things, new hobbies into your life, it makes it more interesting. So you need to define like key moments or milestones in your life or new decisions that you're making as moments to level up in your real life. So for example, if you're a student right now and you're bored and you're doing your essays and you just don't really enjoy it, this is your moment to level up. You are exploring all of the amazing knowledge that you could possibly gain from life, and you have no idea how it's going to benefit you in the long run or even next week. And another really great way to do this is to frame your tasks as challenges. So like, can I get this side hustle or this new business done by this deadline? Can I finish all of my goals or set a whole new routine or give myself a glow up before 2025 even arrives? Step number 6 is that every single moment is one to watch. For example, getting ready in the morning, going out, exercising, seeing your friends, even just going to your job or going to school and getting your work done for the day. Because these are all moments, like you're watching a movie or like you're playing the game Sims. You're in it for the experience, for living that day. And every single moment adds to your storyline. So let this be your reminder to romanticize your life, because every single day and every single moment is a great event that deserves your presence and your appreciation and your gratitude for being in it. It's not always about the end result. It's not always about the destination, because like I said, that is going to come inevitably. It's about, let me be fully immersed in the experience that is today, that is this human life, that is this game of life. I think that's one thing that's really increased my happiness and joy just in my day-to-day life. It's like, oh, I got like an extra point for doing this. Or, oh, I'm leveling up because I'm doing this. Or this was just a brand new moment in my day that I never experienced before, like a really nice interaction with a stranger, or trying something a different way, or switching around my routine, or playing around with my appearance, aka my avatar. Step number 7 is to win, you need resilience. The most valuable skill you are going to get is learning how to bounce back from your failures, because they are going to happen no matter what. Okay, you are not special. Life is not out to get you. Everybody has it, and everybody needs to learn how to bounce back from it. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. The best thing you can do for yourself is to stop fearing failure and instead just see it as a natural part of the game. Just like when you are playing video games, board games, you know you're gonna lose and then you're gonna get to start all over again. Your knowledge on how to play the game is going to be improved. You're gonna be able to go out with a much better strategy, with a much better mindset, and you're gonna be better well equipped to actually win the game because of all of the losses that you encountered before. And the same goes for life. Through every romantic breakup, friendship breakup, job loss, test fail, it helps us bounce back stronger and know exactly what we need to avoid and exactly what things we need to bring into our life to help us get ahead. If things went right 100% of the time, we would never grow or adapt as individuals or take on any new skills because we simply wouldn't need to. It's the failures that actually encourage us to grow and become the best versions of ourselves. We would be so stagnant and so still and so effing boring without them. Step number 8 is my favorite as an organized girly, and this is you need to gamify your daily routine. So we already know we need to set personal goals and targets, but because we're gamifying our life, this is essentially our mission of the game. So I really want you to gain a lot of clarity on what you want to achieve. What is this all for? What's the purpose? What's the end goal? Where do you want to get to? Then once you have the idea so clear in your head, we're going to start breaking it down into smaller steps that we can start incorporating into every single day, every week, every month, every year that we need to achieve, so that we are just effortlessly flowing through it, knowing that with every action we take, we are already accomplishing the big goal, right? Just like in Mario Brothers, the big mission is to rescue Princess Peach. So he needs to go through all of these challenges, all of these maps to find her, to defeat all of the gods and the monsters that are like keeping her away. Just like we need to know what are all of the little missions and all of the little roads we need to go down to get the big thing in the end, whether it's happiness, whether it's a job promotion, whether it's a certain leveling of income, traveling, living in a certain place. Because every single time you hit one of those little milestones, you've just unlocked a new level of the game, and it's time to jump on that flag and celebrate. So really take a few minutes every evening, every week, just once a month, like on the first day of every month, to really analyze and evaluate what is working, what is not working, what is helping me get towards the end goal, what is serving my needs, what is aligning to who I'm going to be, even down to like every little purchase you are making. Is this going to get you closer to the future version of yourself? Or are you just buying it to buy it? Are you just going to that party just to go because you think like, I'll just do it, right? It kills a few hours. Or I want to be around those people because they're going to like me. Are these people going to be there in 10 years? Are these people going to be a part of your dream life? It's asking questions like that. And when it comes to being disciplined and being productive in your daily routine, it's gamifying it to the point that you get a little reward every single time you achieve something. A really great way I love to do this is through my apps. I've spoken about it so many times, but I use 2 apps every single day. One is called Structured, one is called Habit. Both serve different purposes for me, but it's about ticking everything off as soon as I get it done. So satisfying. Like, there are so many productivity apps built like that because it helps us trigger the dopamine receptors in our brain and helps us feel rewarded when we have a to-do list that we get to tick off. Step number 9, such an underrated step to winning the game of life, and this is that your thoughts are your controller buttons. Just like when you're playing a game, you've got X to jump, you've got this arrow button to run. In the game of life, it's all in here. So there's no need to remember the controls or the buttons for any task because you simply got to think it and it happens. And the same goes for creating your desired reality and your inner world. Did you know there was actually a Nobel Peace Prize winning study that proved that nothing in reality is real? You know why? Because actually, reality is simply what we perceive it to be. It's all dependent on our own thoughts. So the sooner that you realize that everything is simply a matter of perspective and how you choose to see it and what you choose to believe, because there's no real way of looking at it. There's no, well, this person has to have thought that about me, or I'm just unlucky. It doesn't exist. It's not real. You were just choosing to believe that. So let's start choosing thoughts that actually benefit us and help us get to the ideal version of ourselves and the end goal and completing the mission that we have set. And the game is going to be easy as fuck. That way, you get to play any kind of game you want and be certain of the outcome because you were controlling it all along. And finally, step number 10 to winning the game that is life is defining your own goal post. This is so important, and that is exactly why I saved it for last. It was never about saving Princess Peach. Let's be honest. It takes like a minute in the entire game of Super Mario Brothers. Do you know what it was about? It was about moving through the levels, being curious of what the next step was going to be, what new environment you were going to be in, what new skills you had to learn to overcome all of the obstacles. How exciting is that? That's what kept you playing. That is what meant that no matter how many rounds you failed, no matter how many times you died in the game, you always came back for more. You always wanted to play more. The beauty of gamifying life is understanding the journey itself was the reward the whole time. It was watching how you grew, how you came back even stronger every single time. Winning was never about competing others and making sure that you were the best in the world. It was always about creating a life that was fulfilling and that was enjoyable for you. And that's the whole science behind game playing. It's just a fun, fulfilling experience that you want to spend your time on. And the same goes for when you are creating a life. Create a life that you want to actually live in every single day, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter if it's a good day or a bad day. Winning looks different to everyone, and your version does not have to look the same as somebody else's. That is a one-way road to disappointment and honestly just shock and confusion, because I've been there. I thought that the accomplishments and the awards and achieving what I wanted to achieve would give me happiness, and it never did, because I was following other people's versions of success. I was following their values instead of my own. Speaking of values, I actually just recently wrote a newsletter on how you can use your core values to design a life that is happy and successful and fulfilling to you. So if you haven't already, go to tamkaur.com to check it out. And that brings us to the end of this video. I had so much fun making this video and planning it all out. Let me know what you thought, because it definitely is different from what I normally upload. I just love any chance to be creative, like I said before. Trying new things, putting myself outside my comfort zone, you know? Switching up the routine a little bit does wonders. Please comment down below and let me know what you took from this video. If there's anything that's like influenced you to make different choices now. My favorite comments to read. And if you haven't already, check out all the links below in the description. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you same time next week for a brand new video. Mwah.